If you run QueryWeaver for natural language database queries, Python data pipelines using uproot, urwid web terminal interfaces, or SurrealDB services, check versions and exposure now. Today's practical risk is account takeover, code execution in data processing jobs, exposed terminal sessions, and database-side compromise. Patch first, restrict public access, rotate sessions where exposure is plausible, and review logs for unusual signups, file processing jobs, web sessions, or database scripting activity. First, CVE 2026-10130 FX FalkerDB QueryWeaver, an open-source Text2SQL application that turns natural language into SQL using graph-powered schema understanding. NVD rates it high, with CVSS 8.2 under version 3.1. The issue is an authentication bypass. An unauthenticated user can submit a sign-up request with a known existing email address and receive a valid session token linked to that identity. For defenders, the fix is not only patching the application. Review whether QueryWeaver is reachable from the internet, audit sign-up and token issuance logs, invalidate suspicious sessions, and consider extra identity checks for any AI interface that can query business data. Second, CVE 2026-9147 affects uproot, the Python library widely used to read root files in scientific and data workflows. NVD rates it high, CVSS 7.8. The risk appears when an application opens attacker-controlled root files and affected streamer metadata is used in dynamically generated Python reader code. In plain language, a file parser in a trusted analytics pipeline can become code execution if untrusted data is processed without isolation. Update uproot, avoid processing unknown files on developer workstations, run ingestion jobs in restricted containers, and monitor for unexpected child processes or outbound network activity after file imports. Third, CVE 2026-9323 affects the urwid web display backend. NVD lists CVSS 8.1 under version 3.1, and a critical 9.2 under CVSS 4.0. The weakness is session identifier generation and exposure around web terminal sessions. If a valid session identifier is obtained, a session could be viewed or controlled. Defenders should update, avoid exposing the web display backend beyond trusted networks, treat browser-accessible terminal interfaces as high risk, and review whether temporary directories or headers expose sensitive session identifiers. Fourth, 2 SurrealDB advisories are worth checking if you run older releases. CVE 2024-58366, rated CVSS 8.5 under version 3.1, concerns format string handling in scripting-enabled deployments before version 1.1.1. CVE 2024-58362, rated CVSS 8.8, concerns RPC sign-in and sign-up handling before 1.5.5 and certain 2.0 beta builds. The defensive action is straightforward: upgrade, confirm whether scripting and public RPC endpoints are necessary, put databases behind strong authentication, and review application-level record access rules. The pattern is bigger than any one product. AI and developer tools increasingly sit next to identity, databases, terminals, and code execution paths. Inventory these tools like production control plane assets. Patch affected versions, require authentication, minimize public reachability, isolate file parsing and agent workloads, rotate sessions after possible exposure, and keep logs long enough for investigation. This briefing is defensive only and includes no proof of concept code, exploit commands, payloads, or step-by-step attack chains. Official source links are in the description.